Hi there, welcome to the exhibition. I'm Charlotte. Along with Karina and Sean, I'm one of the Sweet Art team, and I'm going to give you a lightning quick tour of the exhibition, The Great Leveller, from a curator's point of view. I do encourage you though to come back and look through the exhibition for yourself. Do a self-guided look around, click on all of the artworks to see enlarged versions of the images. Each artist has also sent a short statement about their work, and sometimes they've also sent in an audio clip. So do please come back and have a proper look and listen to those too. So first of all, the title of the exhibition is The Great Leveller, and this comes from the UK government's response to the pandemic right at the beginning of the lockdown, when they proposed that the pandemic was the great leveller, hitting rich and poor all alike and affecting them all in the same way. And UK reporter Emily Maitlis actually critiqued this, saying that conversely, those who had to attend work, who were in more vulnerable financial situations, were actually being hit much worse. So this is where the title comes from. The exhibition as a whole is a response to the COVID-19 pandemic and lockdown. I'd ask you to bear in mind though that we are coming at this from a UK and London-centric perspective. Although our open call was open to artists worldwide, much of our artist network is actually based in the UK, and obviously we as curators are also based in the southeast of the UK, and we acknowledge that this is a relatively narrow perspective within worldwide framing, and also can only include a very small proportion of artist viewpoints. So with this great platform, Art Steps, we've actually been able to create a gallery from scratch, and basically as we would like to see it in real life. Rather than, as usual, being a pop-up organisation, we are constricted and maybe creatively inspired by lots of the spaces that we work within. This is basically a blank canvas for us, allowing us to organise the artworks to scale and size, and actually put them on a coloured wall background as we would like to in real life. The exhibition is framed as a sort of progression, so hopefully it'll give you an idea of a journey through the COVID epidemic. This is room 1, and we've named this room Fear. As to us, the artworks within this room suggest the anxiety, suspicion and worry in the early weeks of the pandemic, and the first few weeks of lockdown as well. In this room you can see themes of death, disease and masked faces from the artists right in front of you here. In room 1 here we've also got artists dealing with risks to those in vulnerable positions, whether that's those who are immunocompromised and having to go through the shielding process, or maybe vulnerable financially and are forced to attend work or live in close proximity with others, and so are dealing with an increased version of risk to their own health and the health of those in their families. So moving into room 2, We've called this room Loss, as it moves into thinking about a time where the lockdown has now been in progress for some time. People are now considering and fully realising what they've lost, and experiences of isolation and loneliness. Also looks at themes of separation and distance. The room is maybe slightly smaller than the first room you were in, and that maybe is reflecting feelings of being enclosed, and thoughts of being trapped. The two artworks in front of us here by Ruti Singer and Chris Avis are both using metaphor to convey their lockdown experiences. Lockdown in both of these works means both compartmentalised isolation, as you can see in the image of the cows and the statues in their niches, and also ideas of containment and restriction. Both of the artworks looking at separation anxieties, and the feeling of being physically trapped inside, separated from the outside space. Artists in this room also mourning the lack of the consolation that human touch can give, a physical manifestation of human relationships. When the message repeated by the government, wash your hands, don't touch things, watch out for surfaces, and that message is being constantly repeated in the government and the media. The idea that hands and touching someone that you love can be dangerous is becoming physically ingrained in our psyche. So moving into room 3 now, we're moving towards a more hopeful view of the situation. And artists in this room have been looking at positives which may be or may have already started to come from the current situation. And this can be alternative forms of communication, and how they allow collaboration and contact across the globe. In front of you, you can see some examples of this in the technological communications that we've been having over Zoom, and hopefully you can or will join us for our online Boozy Zoom. Not necessarily the contact that we've been having in the past, but new and different ways of reaching out to each other. So these couple of artworks in front of us here present a more positive look at the masked figure that we've been seeing so much of, and that we presented in room 1 as a more threatening or alien figure. Instead here we've got smiling, waving, masked faces, a sight which might become commonplace as we all try to return to a new normality. And collaboration in the form of the hazmated figures working together while their suits are able to keep them safe. Here artists have also used their creativity to find new ways of collaborating, and we've got the exquisite corpse drawings from Diogo and Jessica, which have been posted back and forth between them over the duration of the lockdown. In the corner, please make sure you listen to the sound piece by clicking on the artwork for a clip of the piece, and you can follow the link for the full recording. And this is an audio response to ideas of community and togetherness. And finally, to finish off the tour, this room is containing works which just emphasise some joy and some fun artists and we ourselves have been having during lockdown, and whether that's, you know, ideas of dancing together in your kitchen, singing, finding new ways to chat to people, dressing up, or even just the pleasure we can take from being alone if you're an introvert, that there are positives in the situation as well, and hopefully these will be continued and even enjoyed after lockdown finishes. So we hope you've enjoyed this super brief tour. As I've said, do please take a look back yourselves, all of the artworks properly. If you've got any questions, please do email us on info@wearesweetart.com, and hopefully we will see you soon at another exhibition in real life. Thank you. Bye bye.